This episode is brought to you by Nordstrom. Summer's almost out and fall's calling. Luckily, Nordstrom has everything you need for the season ahead, all under $100. Discover new arrivals from your favorite brands like Mango, Princess Polly, Wave, Free People, BDG, and more. Whether you're planning a last-minute getaway, heading back to class, or refreshing your office looks, you'll find the latest trends and beauty must-haves without breaking your budget. It's easy, too, with free shipping, free returns, and in-store order pickup. Shop today, in stores, and at Nordstrom.com.
I'm 32, juggling family, working full-time, and earning a bachelor's degree. At University of Phoenix, I earn career-relevant skills with every 5-week course. Skills I can use now, not just after graduation.
Earn skills in weeks, not years. Visit phoenix.edu.
Are you feeling more fulfilled now that you're back to work? This Friday.
No. I need a vacation.
See the movie that critics are saying is an awesome.
Look at that.
Crowd-pleasing, fist-pumping, all-out brawl of a film.
You're right about that.
They're coming after our family. Go fix this.
Oh, my.
Nobody 2. Rated R. Only in theaters Friday.
If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths, and sometimes heights, to ensure the power is always flowing. Which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to the Tour Coach Podcast. I'm Tony Ruggiero here, as I always am, your host. And you're joining in on what we are now having as the Tour Coach Minis. And those are little 10-minute conversations with myself or Jackson Court, who's going to be hosting some of this. These will be 10-minute conversations and musings from around the world of golf, from around our travels, our friends, our players, other coaches, to give you more Tour Coach, more Dew Sweeper content during the week. We've got some exciting stuff coming up for each and every one of you. If you like what you hear on the podcast, you can always find more content as we're kind of spreading our wings, if you will, with Dew Sweepers TV on YouTube. And there's links to it in our description. Please support the Dew Sweepers and like our page there on YouTube. And to kick all of this off, we've got a great promotion running through Masters Sunday. And if you go onto our YouTube page and subscribe, and on any of the videos in the comments section, you just put hashtag Dew Sweeper TV. That's hashtag Dew Sweeper TV. Or you take a screenshot of this podcast, and on Instagram, you tag me at the Dew Sweeper and hashtag Dew Sweeper TV. We're going to sign you up for a drawing on Monday after the Masters for a set of Srixon irons, ZX 4, 5s, or 7s, 12 gloves of your size, and 12 dozen balls. We're going to do that drawing Monday after the Masters. You can check the links in the description part of this podcast, or for a link to it, go to YouTube TV, type in Dew Sweeper TV, and watch some of the videos, listen to it, put in hashtag Dew Sweeper TV or hashtag Pro Work or hashtag Tour Coach, and you will register for the drawing the Monday after the Masters. That's a set of Srixon irons, 12 dozen gloves your size, 12 dozen Srixon golf balls, all to make you play better. And just like the Dew Sweepers radio show or the Tour Coach podcast, the Tour Coach Minis are brought to you by our friends at Srixon Golf, our friends at Bushnell, Buick, GMC, especially Mitch McConnell and McConnell Automotive. And you can't forget Vineyard Vines that keep us all looking good. So enjoy this episode of the Tour Coach Mini. And we're here with all the golf content you could ever want each and every week.
I've got the legend, Donald Cooper, sitting in with us. Coop, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure, Jackson.
So your experience in the golf world is quite unparalleled. How long have you been caddying?
To be precise, I started caddying when I was 19. So I'm 59. Yeah, long time. 40 years caddying.
Long time and a bunch of incredible experiences and some of the best stories I've ever heard. And you're a good storyteller, so it makes them even better.
That's just, it sticks in my mind, so it's not hard to tell.
That's right. But with all of your experience and being around golf for so long, at a bunch of different levels, a bunch of different places, I'm curious, what would you change about the game of golf, and what would you change about tournament golf?
Oh, man. About the game of golf itself, there's just things I don't even have to think about this. Number one, if anybody hits it in the divot in the fairway, it is ground under repair. I've always despised it. Hitting it in a fairway and your ball's in the divot, and basically then you go from, hitting it close to hitting it on the green.
Right. You get a good drive in an area in 4 days of a tournament where 100 people are hitting it 4 days in a row, and you hit it where you're supposed to, and all of a sudden you're in a divot and you can't play the shot how you're supposed to.
Right. And I've always felt like it is under repair. It's growing back. It starts growing back the next day.
Why don't they do that? Why don't they change it?
I don't know. I think Nicholas was one that really, it irritated him also, and still does probably. And that's why you go to Memorial, when we used to go there, we'd get there on Monday or Tuesday, and you go on your practice round, and there's no divots. And you're looking, but they're just replaced, with bigger patches of grass. But it's always been a puzzler. But another thing is the equipment. At some point in time, it's got to stop advancing.
Really? In terms of
I think so. Yes, just in distance, and everybody talks about distance, but what I see is maneuverability. There's the guy that can maneuver the golf ball can as well these days, because I don't know why. Maybe not enough spin on the ball.
The balls,
whatever.
Changed, the clubs have changed.
Yeah, everything's changing, and it's a launch game now. You hit from the bottom up on your drivers. That's the way you play the game now. And when I was growing up, we were taught to hit down. I mean, our driver at best got just level, flat with it, but we were never thinking about hitting up on a golf ball. But I think it's got to be like, stop it now and don't advance it anymore, or go back, or whatever.
Are you in favor of the ball change?
I am, to a certain point. I think it's got to, and I may not understand some of the things quite like I should about the ball. I just know that, there's too many. I mean, I think there's too many, I think tennis has about 4 different balls, brands, and, one company's got, 15 different balls. Is that exaggerating?
No.
I mean, like Titleist has probably 8 different golf balls, and that's a lot to choose from. I mean, I don't know enough about I just need a golf ball because I'm terrible, but somebody that's good, I think they ought to play the same balls in a sense.
Do you think the pros should have it different from the AMs? Like if the AMs have a couple different golf balls, like thinking of half of the population here at Atlantic Beach that need to get the ball up in the air and spin and hit something softer. Do you think amateurs should have a different variety compared to the pros, or do you think they should?
Absolutely, I do. You hit the nail on the head as to the way I think. I think the amateurs should play with a ball that makes the game to where they can play it in 4 hours. And people that are older in age and stuff like that, I think they need some balls that would advancements, that help them. But I don't think the pros need advanced balls like they're getting now. I mean, it's just, I don't know and the drivers also, it's just bounding off these drivers and bouncing. And I mean, it keeps increasing how far they carry it. And it's like the only sport that keeps changing the rules and the equipment. And, baseball's 3 strikes, 4 balls, 100-yard dash is the 100-yard dash. It ain't the 110 now. It's like golf keeps changing and no other sport's changing really.
Have there been good changes that you've seen?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I think some of the changes about, if your club head hits a blade of grass in a hazard, that would be a stroke. I think now it's changed to where, the club can touch the ground in the hazard. And I've always thought that was a good change. Definitely some good stuff, but, a lot of bad stuff, in my opinion, or just too much stuff to know all the rules. I mean, now you take the flag, leave the flag in. What does that really help? I mean, what did that help? Dropping from the knee now? You know, it used to be shoulder. Now it's the knee. And the problem with that, I think, this is my opinion only, is the way the rule was written. I don't think it was intended to have knee in it, the rule. I think what the rule was meant to say is every man should stand with their arms rested and relaxed down, and that's where they drop from. And somehow you know, I mean, the knee, that's awkward. No one can just drop from their knee. You got to kind of, I just don't get it. Knee should not be in that new rule. And I think it's a great rule without the word knee.
What about tournament golf? Anything you would change?
Tournament golf? Yes. Only one thing I can think of, tournament golf, and that's the pace of play problem. They fine them, and they fine them, and they fine them, and obviously $10,000's not fixing this problem. That's what they're charged, I think. I'm not sure about that, but, you know, they charge them after 3 warnings. Their 4th one, they're charged a fine. And I think it should change to a stroke off their scorecard. And then if they get another one, it should be 2 strokes. And if a third time, which would be 6, because of the 3 warnings, they should be suspended. Because, I mean...
monetarily, that would impact them more.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's why it would stop slow play. I don't think $10,000, it's a fact, it's not stopping it. I mean... And I understand that sometimes there's situations, you know, you get rulings, whatever, it's going to take a while, but it taking, 5.5 hours to play, that's just too long. It's making us caddies carry sandwiches and snacks and drinks. And I mean, it's like we're going camping.
Yeah.
It should be 4 hours. Hilton Head, you should be able to play over there and walk in 2.5 easy. But that's the only thing I can think of is pace of play in tournament golf.
And after all the changes, tell me what you love about golf.
I just love that you play it outside and you are responsible for only yourself. And it's just so relaxing. And I don't really, and I've loved it, since I was born, I guess. When I was a little toddler, I used to walk where these old men hit golf balls and find golf balls for them and stack them. And then one day I was like, man, it'd be cool to find a club. Walking down through there, and I'd be dang if I didn't find a 3-iron. And I just started whacking, and, from there it went. But I enjoy being outside. I can't not imagine working in an office. And I just think it's a game where you trust yourself. You go do it, and everybody in the field is playing against you, trust you. And it's you just meet people and have fun.
You learn a lot about yourself through the game as well, don't you?
Yeah, because you have every opportunity to do a lot of things in golf, but you can't. You got to be straight up.
You're right about meeting some incredible people. That's why I'm thankful for golf and Tony and getting connected with you and hearing all of your wisdom and experience. So
yeah, man, the people down at Old Palm. What fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a great sport to work in.
And you get paid for doing it, buddy. You're lucky. Yeah.
I'm going to wrap this up, but for those people listening, don't worry. We're going to bring Mr. Donald Cooper back for more.
Yes, sir. You can bet anytime, Jackson. I'm right here.
I just want to remind everybody something that I forgot. Recently, a couple weeks ago, my wife and I went out. We went to a wedding, and afterwards with some friends, we were like, hey, where's a great place to go? I'll be honest, in my travels and day-to-day, sometimes I get caught up and I forget some of the great places right around the corner. But I got to remind you about the Icebox Bar on 755 Monroe Street. I was blown away by just the whole vibe, the atmosphere, and with the Velvet Pig, the food in the back room, and the big screen TVs up front. We sat there and watched some playoff games. I was blown away by the atmosphere, the vibe, and just how cool it was to have the Icebox Bar right here near the Dew Sweepers downtown, near where I live. You're looking for a great place to go sit, watch some games, hang out, play some pool, you got to go to the Icebox Bar right there on Monroe Street. There's a good chance you'll see all of us hanging out. But do yourself a favor, go visit the Icebox. It's one of the best places out there. Hi, this is Tony Ruggiero. And look, recently, several teachers I know and several players have had some scares with skin cancer. In fact, I recently went and saw a dermatologist here in town, and I had a couple things frozen off, eyelid, my face, my earlobe, and not getting any younger. And I know it's getting to that time of the season where it's cooler, but look, being in the sun is a real deal, and I've not been very good, to be totally honest, my whole career at using it at all because I didn't like how greasy it was, how hard it was to get off your hands, how it clogged up my pores. And then I found this sunscreen, Visor Skincare. It's clear. It goes on. It doesn't dry you out. It isn't greasy. It's like you didn't put anything on it. By far, it's the best sunscreen I've ever used. Without a doubt, is the easiest to use. And we've got a discount code for all of you. All you have to do is go to visorskincare.com, use our code word DewSweeper. visorskincare.com, code word DewSweeper.